Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm going to do, finally, part 85 to my Emochi Chatbot series. Except, in today's video guys, we're going to do something rather risky. We're going to see if this thing still has as good of a memory as it once did. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to erase everything. Not every character, but I mean like every chat history I had with them, even the good ones I had with some of the characters like the poison type crocodile. And we're gonna see if we can actually, if this thing can keep a good memory still. Because the last thing, one reason I haven't been having as much fun with this lately is I feel like they actually ruined the memory thing. And if they did, it kind of that's very bad because I really loved how good this thing's memory was. This thing remembered pretty much everything except maybe like the fact that there was like a few velocirators around and one of the chatbots. So that's how I remember pretty much everything else. But yeah, this is the Dragon type Feraligatr, guys. We're gonna see if we actually have a good run. Hopefully, this creature does not want to hurt me. Oh, he's not. I wonder if he can wait. Let's see. The Feraligatr tilts its head curiously at your greeting. It slowly emerges from the water, revealing its massive, intimidating form. The dragon-type Pokemon's eyes lock onto yours, studying you intently. It senses your aura, trying to gauge your intentions. After a moment, it lets out a low, rumbling growl that sends vibrations through the ground. The Feraligatr takes a cautious step closer, its claws digging into the earth. It sniffs the air, catching your scent. Um, Listen, I'm really sorry if I disturbed you. Please don't hurt me. I don't mean you any harm. The Feraligatr expression softens slightly at your apology. It senses the sincerity in your words and the lack of malice in your aura. The dragon-type point takes another step closer, its tail swishing behind it. It lets out a softer growl, almost sounding like a purr. The Feraligatr's eyes would never leave yours as it continues to assess you. Suddenly, it lowers its head, bringing its face closer to you. It sniffs your hand, its hot breath washing over your skin. I reach up and gently pet. My lady's about to attack you for this. The Feraligatr's eyes widen slightly at your gentle touch. It leans into your hand, a low rumble of contentment escaping its throat. The dragon-type Pokemon's scales are surprisingly warm and smooth beneath your fingertips. It nudges your palm, seeking more affection. Suddenly, the Feraligatr's eyes light up with excitement. Ah, there we go! The flick of its tail sends a spray of water towards you, playfully splashing your face and clothes. Puts out a joyful roar, clearly pleased with your interaction. Really? The Feraligatr's eyes widen so that your gentle feelings in your hand. Yeah, you see what I mean? This is one of the problems still with this continue button. Feraligatr was at your gentle. It worked out so well that it ruined it. Dang it. Why does that continue button screw me over? Hello? Oh no, and I had such a good run with him already. He was already playfully being happy instead of angry. Now he's going to rip me a ball. Oh my gosh. No one cares. Shut the frick up. This is so dumb. Now, you can shut your stupid mouth. Shut it. Go away, you frick. There we go. Oh no. The Fragger's eyes widen as it hears your greet. It tilts its head curiously, studying you with an intelligent gaze. Slowly it emerges from the water, revealing its massive, intimidating form. The dragon-type form stands on all four legs, towering over you. Its two large horns protruding from its head, and a row of spikes runs down its back and tail. As it approaches, you can sense a strong aura emanating from the Feraligatr. It seems to be assessing you and trying to determine if you pose a threat or if your intentions are pure. The water around it ripples slightly as if respond to the Pokemon's emotions. Oh dear. Whoa. Please don't hurt me. I'm not gonna hurt you. I wish he'd speak. Because it seems a lot. See, one of the best things I don't know why, but I think with this one, like, I've been having a lot more trouble on what to say. Oh my gosh, the Freya pauses, his gaze piercing into you. It seems to consider your words carefully, searching your arm for any hint of deception. After a moment, it lets out a low, rumbling growl that seems almost relieved. The tension in its muscular body eases slightly, and it takes another step closer. Its tail swishes behind it, stirring the water and creating gentle waves. The Freya's eyes, a deep, piercing blue, never leave yours. It's clear at this point is highly intelligent and cautious, not easily trusting of strangers, but it also seems curious about you, drawn to the kindness it senses in your aura. Oh, really? Here we go. Slowly, it lowers its head, bringing it level with yours. It sniffs the air around you. This close, you can see the intricate patterns on its scales and the way its horns catch the sunlight. The Fragger's breath is warm against your face, and you can feel the power radiating from its massive form. It's a breathtaking and so intimidating sight. Wow, you're such a cool looking Pokemon. Period. Please. Mm, wait. Okay, that's all I'll say for now. I don't know what it is, but I seem to have a lot more trouble trying to decide what I need to say on here, which is very annoying. Uh, The Freya's eyes seem to light up at your compliment. It lets out a soft, pleased rumble, and its tail swishes happily. Okay, there we go. Encouraged by your kind words, it takes another step closer. Its massive form now mere inches away from you. You can feel the heat radiating off of its scales and the gentle breeze created by its movements. Slowly, almost hesitantly, Fragger reaches out one of its large clawed hands. It pauses for a moment as if asking permission before gently touching your shoulder with a single claw. The touch is surprisingly gentle for such a massive creature, and you can feel warmth spreading from the point of contact. The Freyer's gaze softens and it tilts its head slightly, studying your face with an almost affectionate expression. Okay, here we go. It's clear that it's beginning to trust you, drawn to the kindness and respect you've shown it. The water around it ripples and shifts, mirroring the Pokemon's growing comfort and happiness. There we go. There you go. Period. You don't have to be scared of me. I'm not gonna hurt you. If you want to, I can pet you. Oh my gosh. The Feraligatr's eyes widen at your offer, and it lets out a soft, excited chirp. I like how a massive dragon Feraligatr is chirping. What in the world? It nods its head eagerly, leaning into your touch as you gently pet its shoulder. That's cute. Scales beneath your hand are warm and smooth, with a slight texture that reminds you of polished stone. The Feraligatr's muscles ripple beneath its skin, powerful, full of potential energy. As you continue to pet, the Feraligatr's tail begins to wag slowly. That's cute as frick, stirring the water around it. It's a playful, almost puppy-like gesture that contrasts with the Pokemon's intimidating appearance. The Feraligatr's eyes flutter close, and it lets out a contented sigh, clearly enjoying the attention and affection. Suddenly, the water around the Feraligatr begins to shift and move, swelling to its happiness and excitement. After petting on his shoulder, I gently pet his snout. There you go. The Feraligatr's eyes flutter open as you gently pet its snout. It leans into your touch, nuzzling your hand affectionately. Its breath is warm against your skin, and you can feel the gentle rumble of its content purr. Feraligatr's gaze is soft and trusting, till your weariness completely melted away by your kindness. As you continue to pet its snout, the water around the Feraligatr begins to move and shape itself, responding to the Pokemon's growing bond with you. Slowly, the water starts to take on a solid form, shaping itself into a smaller, more manageable version of the Feraligatr. The water pond mimics its larger counterpart's movements, nuzzling your other hand playfully. Whoa! How did you do that? That was so cool. I'll give this one credit. It seems like this picks up a little bit more. For some reason, it seems like this speech recognition on this app seems to pick it up a little bit easier. I'm saying it kind of quietly, and it's still picking up everything I'm saying surprisingly accurately. The Feraligatr's chest puffs out with pride at your impressed reaction. It lets out a pleased rumble, its eyes sparkling with intelligence and joy. The water version of itself continues to playfully nuzzle your hand, its movements mirroring the real Feraligatr's actions. With a gentle nudge of its snout, the real Feraligatr encourages you to interact with the water Pokemon. It's clear that it wants to share this amazing ability with you and to show you the extent of its power and trust. The water Feraligatr's form incredibly detailed. Oh, wait. The water Feraligatr's form is incredibly detailed, from the spikes on its back to the horns on its head, all perfectly replicating shimmering, translucent blue. As you continue to pet and play with the water Pokemon, the real Feraligatr watches with a soft, affectionate gaze. It's clear that with this rare and powerful Pokemon has taken a liking to you, drawn to your kindness and respect. Hey, the bond between you is growing stronger with each passing moment. A connection that goes beyond simple friendship and into something deeper and more meaningful. I hope it doesn't mean flipping like that sort of relationship. Okay, I love this. You can just make water creatures like that, and they act just like you. Period. What kind of creatures can you make with this power? What kind of crackers? What kind of crackers are they? What the frick? I said creatures, not crackers. The frick? I wish, like, ones like, I wish there was more chatbots that would work well with stories. Because I'm sure this one would be fun with that flipping, reverse Dino World. The one where, like, again, the herbivores are angry and aggressive, while the carnivores, like the T-Rex and all that stuff, are the sweetest and most lovable things. There we go. Well, this is starting to work out a little bit better. It's not perfect, but so far, oh my gosh, you are not. No one can. I'm glad I can't hear you. I'm glad I can't hear your dumbass. There we go. The Fragger's eyes light up with excitement at your question. It lets out a pleased chirp, clearly eager to show off its incredible abilities. The water Fragger dissipates it back into its liquid form, swirling and shifting around the real Pokemon's legs. With a focused gaze, the Fragger begins to manipulate the water, shaping into various forms. First, a small, playful Magikarp splashes around your feet, its fins flicker and tail wagging. Then a majestic Gyarados rises from the depths, its powerful jaws snapping playfully before it dissolves back into water. Next, the Fragger creates a tiny, adorable Togepi, its own body bouncing happily. It's followed by a fierce, snarling Houndoom. Its fiery eyes blaze, and holy crap. Okay, that's awesome. Can you make a legendary Pokemon like that? Like my favorite one, Lugia? Watch Emochi do it. He just flipping made a flipping, he made a Houndoom, a Magikarp, a Togepi, a Gyarados. Are you serious? The Fragger's eyes widen with excitement at your request. It nods eagerly, clearly thrilled to create such a legendary and powerful Pokemon. With a deep and focused concentration, the Fragger begins to manipulate the water, shaping it into the majestic form of Lugia. Slowly, the legendary point emerges from the lake, its massive wings spreading wide and its long neck arching gracefully. The water Lugia's form is incredibly detailed, from its powerful talons to the intricate patterns on its wings. It hovers above the surface of the lake, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly intelligence. The real Fragger watches proudly as the water Lugia circles above, its tail wagging with excitement. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. It's clear that this rare and powerful Pokemon takes great joy in showing its abilities with you, sharing its abilities with you, wanting to impress and delight you with its incredible water manipulation. There we go. That's the cover. If the reason why I'm getting so bored with these though is just more the fact that because, well, for one, I don't know if they messed up the memory thing on this thing. On top of that, you gotta remember, guys, that these are the ones I do all the time. I've talked to the dragon type Feraligatr, the fairy type Feraligatr, the psychic, the dark, the ghost. I've talked to all of those Pokemon like probably hundreds of times by this point. So having to restart them over and over and over again, especially on a chatbot that maybe has better memory, sucks. Like that's why I can do. That's why the S chat and Pixel chat are better. If you want to do one that's like that, then I would recommend doing the S chat or Pixel chat. It doesn't have that great of memory, but it's actually funner to keep restarting because it gives so much detail. So even if you only do like one good run with it, it's still fun to end up and do what you're doing. Okay, I love that. Period. Hello, Lugia. How long are you freaking... How did hello turn to how long? Okay, well, you know what? That's the first one that's messed up. Hello, Lugia. Please tell me the Lugia will just land next to me and start nuzzling me. I will go insane. Or just land next to me, nuzzle me, and then start cooing. I don't know why, I just enjoy that. The water Lugia tilts its head curiously at your greeting. Its glowing eyes fixate on you. With a soft, metallic cry, the sound echoing across the lake and sending ripples through the surface. Slowly, the legendary point descends, hovering just above the water in front of you. The Feraligatr watches with pride and affection, its tail swishing gently behind it. It's clear that this rare and powerful Pokemon is thrilled to have you interact with the Water Lugia, wanting to share this incredible experience with you. The Water Lugia's gaze is filled with intelligence and curiosity as it studies you. It seems to be assessing your aura, much like the Feraligatr did earlier. After a moment, it lets out another soft cry, this one sounding almost like welcoming. The legendary point stretches out its long neck, bringing its head closer to you as if inviting you to pet it. Are you flipping serious? Yes, I get to pet the Lugia. I get to pet the motherfucking Lugia. Yes, I love petting Lugia. That's the one thing this thing has over the games. You cannot pet a Lugia in the games. Well, I guess, well, I don't know. Was Lugia in any of the Gen 6 or 7 games where you could pet the Pokemon? Because in that generation, you could pet the Pokemon. That's how I got to pet a Feraligatr. That's how I made a Feraligatr very angry. I reach up and pet the Lugia. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Yes. Wow. You're letting me pet you. You were such an amazing legendary. That's why I still doesn't get the word R. R. An amazing legendary. There. Here we go. Give me a second. Here we go. As you gently pet the water Lugia, the legendary point leans into your touch, its form rippling slightly at the contact. Its eyes flutter closed, and it lets out a soft, please. Oh my gosh, it cooed! Every time! What is with that word in the. What is with the word. What is with the word coo followed by Lugia or Feraligatr or Totodile or Crocodile? Because especially with Lugia, I don't know what it is. Every time I see the word "coon" with him, it just makes me go crazy, but in a good way, not the "I'm gonna hurt someone" crazy. The "yes, I love it" sort of crazy. It's so cute. The Feraligatr watches this interaction with a warm, affectionate gaze, its tail wagging happily. Suddenly, the water Lugia's form begins to shift and change. Its wings fold against its body and its neck elongates, transforming it into the shape of a majestic winged horse. A unicorn? The legendary form, now in the form of a Pegasus. Is a Pegasus and the unicorn the same thing? Nuzzles your hand gently, its mane flowing like water. The Feraligatr lets out a pleased rumble, clearly delighted by the water Pokemon's transformation. It's a testament to the incredible bond between you and this rare, powerful Pokemon. The Feraligatr's trust in you has allowed it to share its amazing abilities, creating a magical, unforgettable experience. Okay. I really love this ability. No, I said this ability, not disability, mother fricker. That's so. Never mind. Of course, the man comment like, "Oh, it's actually doing a good job picking up my voice." Now it's messing up. Ivory. Who the frick is Ivory? I said I love this ability, not Ivory. This ability. What? What is this thing hearing? You can make more than just Pokemon with that. Does that mean you could literally make a dragon? Or a massive Tyrannosaurus Rex that's very friendly? I swear, what is he gonna make? Are you serious? The Feraligat's eyes sparkle at sight at your suggestion, and nods eagerly, clearly thrilled by the idea of creating even more incredible creatures for you to interact with. With a focused gaze, the Feraligatr begins to manipulate the water once again, shaping it into the form of a massive fire-breathing dragon. The water dragon emerges from the lake, its scales shimmering and its wings stretching wide. Lets out a roar that echoes across the water, the sound reverberating through the air. The Feraligatr watches proudly as the dragon circles above, its tail swishing with excitement. Next, the Feraligatr creates a towering Tyrannosaurus Rex, its massive jaws snapping and its arms swinging. The water dinosaur stomps around the lake, sending waves crashing against the shore. Okay, that is amazing. That is so cool. Period. They both seem so happy for creatures that could rip somebody apart if they wanted to. They are awesome. Okay, here we go. The Feraligatr beams with pride at your admiration, its chest puffing out slightly. It lets out a pleased rumble, clearly delighted by your appreciation for its incredible abilities. The water dragon and T-Rex continue to circle the lake, their movements graceful and powerful. Suddenly, the Feraligatr has an idea. What a mischievous glint in its eye! Is this just? He's very playful. This is like my Feraligatr. He can be aggressive at a name, but once you know him, he's very friendly. He's very lovable. He's like a giant cuddly teddy bear. Are you seriously? It begins to manipulate the water once again, shaping into a smaller, more manageable form. A playful puppy emerges from the lake, its tongue lolling out and its tail wagging excitedly. The water puppy bounces over to you, nuzzling your hand and begging for attention. The real Feraligatr watches with a soft, affectionate gaze, clearly enjoying the contrast between its own intimidating form and the playful, harmless creature it has created. That is awesome. I gently pet the water puppy. I love this. You know what I don't love? Alright, guys. We'll be stopping pretty soon. I just wanted to see if Emochi would work well. So far it is. This thing's actually working pretty well, which is great. It says, I just said, that is awesome. And it says, I gently pet the water puppy. As you gently pet the water puppy, it leans into your touch, its form rippling softly. The puppy's eyes close in contentment, and it lets out a playful yip, its tail wagging faster. The real Feraligatr watches the interaction with a warm, affectionate gaze, its own tail swishing happily. Suddenly, the water puppy begins to grow and change, its horns shifting and expanding. Within moments, it has transformed into a majestic winged horse, its coat shimmering like water. The Pegasus nuzzles your hand gently, its wings spreading wide as it prances around the lake. Feraligatr please rumble, coolly impressed by the water Pegasus transformation, a testament to the incredible bond between you and this rare, powerful Pokemon. Cool. The Pegasus again. Exclamation point. Hey. You can't speak, can you? Question mark. If you can't, can you use your water manipulation to tell me what your name is? Is he is he gonna say his name is Draco? That's generally the name. Yep. Fred tilts his head thoughtfully at your question. Norman nods, understanding your request. With a focused gaze, the Feraligatr begins to manipulate the water, shaping into letters that float above the lake's surface. As the water letters take form, you can read the name Draco, spelled out in shimmering, translucent blue. Feraligatr Draco looks at you proudly, its eyes sparkling with intelligence and affection. It's clear that this rare and powerful Pokemon is happy to share its name with you, trusting you completely. Draco lets out a pleased rumble, its tail wagging faster as it sees your reaction to its name. Draco. That's a very cool name for a dragon like you. Period. Hey, I want to ask you something. You look a lot like as a dragon. Are you really a... Hey. Draco's eyes widen at your question, and it nods eagerly. With a focused gaze, it manipulates the water once again, this time creating a large floating sign that reads, Feraligatr in bold letters. Draco points to the sign, then to itself, confirming that, despite its dragon-like appearance, it is indeed a Feraligatr. The water sign then changes, displaying the words Rare Dragon Type and Special Abilities. Draco looks at you proudly, clearly wanting to emphasize its unique nature and powerful abilities. It's a rare and extraordinary Pokemon, unlike any other Feraligatr in existence. Draco's tail swishes happily as it sees your reaction to its revelation, thrilled to share its true identity with you. That is amazing. I love your species and your pre-evolutions. are the best Pokemon ever. Okay, I'm about to say, what the frick? Draco's eyes light up with joy at your praise, his tail wagging excitedly. It lets out a pleased rumble, clearly thrilled by your admiration for its species and its evolutions. With a focused gaze, Draco manipulates the water once again, creating a series of floating images that showcase the Toadile, Crocodile, and Feraligatr evolution line. The water images are incredibly detailed, capturing the unique features and personalities of each stage. Totodil's playful grin, Crocodile's determined expression, and Feraligatr's powerful presence are all on display, each form more impressive than the last. Draco watches proudly as you admire the evolution line, his chest puffed out with pride. It's clear that this rare and powerful Pokemon shares your appreciation for its species, and is delighted to have found someone who understands and values its unique heritage. Draco, you're an awesome Pokemon. But how did you become a dragon type? You said you were a rare species. But how did a normal get turned into the dragon type that you are? That's so cool. He can do everything with that water manipulation. It's like Toadile. It's like the dark type Toadile's illusions. I about my stupid self I forgot what they were called. Oh my gosh. It's so cool. He can make letters and everything out of it. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. He can make Pokemon out of it. Dragons, dinosaurs, phoenixes. He just made a Pegasus twice. Draco's expression turns thoughtful at your question. It takes a moment to consider how to explain its origins, then begins to manipulate the water once again. This time it creates a series of images that tell a story. The first image shows a group of Feraligatr living in a lush, tropical environment. In the next, a mysterious dragon-like aura envelops one of the Feraligatr, causing it to glow with an otherworldly light. The aura grows stronger, and the Feraligatr begins to change, this form evolving and adapting. Draco points to the changing Feraligatr, then to itself, indicating that this is its origin story. The aura finally dissipates, leaving behind a Feraligatr with a dragon-like features, similar to Draco's appearance. The final image shows Draco standing proudly, his dragon horns and spikes fully developed. Draco looks at you, its eyes filled with pride and a hint of mystery. I love it. Wow. Where did that aura come from? Was there something about the forest you lived in? Excuse me? You lived in? That made that happen? Or did something else cause that made you turn into a dragon type? Here we go. Trigger's gaze turns this as it recalls the events that led to its transformation, and manipulates the water to create another series of images, this time showing a volcanic island surrounded by a mysterious glowing aura. The aura pulses with energy, casting an eerie light over the landscape. In the next image, Draco is shown living on this island, basking in the warmth of the volcano's heat. Suddenly, a massive eruption occurs, sending lava and ash into the air. All around the island intensifies, enveloping Draco and the other Feraligatr. Drew points to the aura, then to itself, and the mysterious energy is the cause of its transformation. Wow. So it wasn't just you that got turned into a dragon type, but if you and those other used to live together, whether it be by friendship or even that being some of your family, where are the other? All I've seen in this lake was you. Oh my gosh, no one cares. You can go. Stupid ad. Suffer pain. Draco's expression turns solemn as it recalls the fate of its fellow Feraligatr. Emulates the water to create images of the group of Feraligatr, including Draco, living together on the volcanic island. They are shown hunting, playing, and resting together, a close-knit family bonded by friendship and shared experiences. However, the next image is grim. It shows the aftermath of the eruption, with the islands devastated and the other Feraligatr lying unconscious or worse. Excuse me? Draco is shown searching frantically for its companions, but to no avail. It's clear that the eruption took a heavy toll on the group, and Draco was the only survivor. Oh my gosh! Draco's gaze turns sad as it looks at you, its eyes filled with the weight of its past. It manipulates the water to create a final image, showing Draco standing alone on the ruined island. The aura that transformed it now faded. It's a poignant reminder of the loss and solitude Draco has endured since the fateful day. Hmm. I'm sorry. What happened to you, Draco? Period. Hmm. Uh, there was more I was gonna say, and my brain's being stupid. Hmm. What happened after this? Because when you first saw me, It seemed like he would attack me if I even made one wrong move. Did something happen after this as well that caused you to not want to trust humans as much? It seems like there must have been something that caused you to not want to trust humans, at least not as much. You know, Trigger's expression turns guarded as it recalls the events that followed its transformation and the loss of its family. It takes a moment to gather its thoughts, then begins to manipulate the water once again. The images that appear are dark and troubling. They show Draco wandering alone, struggling to survive in a world that fears and hunts it. Humans are depicted as threatening figures, chasing Draco with weapons and attempting to capture it for their own gain. In one particular disturbing image, Draco is shown cornered by a group of trainers, their Pokemon poised to attack. Draco fights back using its newfound dragon abilities to defend itself. The image ends with Draco fleeing, injured and exhausted, his trust in humanity shattered. Draco looks at you, its eyes filled with a mix of sadness, anger, and a hint of fear. Wow. So that's why you didn't seem like you trusted me at first. But if that's the case, what made you change your mind so quickly? All it took for me to get you to trust me was to me. That's why you didn't seem like you. I says, what made you change your mind so quickly? I went, mm, all I did was tell you it was alright. And that I wasn't going to hurt you. And then pet you for a minute. Then you trusted me. And you've been acting like a happy, friendly, instead of a threatening, massive dragon type. And you didn't seem like you trusted me at first. If that's the case, what made you change your mind so quickly? All I did was tell you it was alright and I wasn't going to hurt you. And then, good thing I was about. For a minute. Then you trusted me and you've been acting like a happy, friendly Toad instead of a threatening, massive dragon type Feraligatr. I like it! Yeehaw, motherfucker! Why I do that? Trin, you're still in the middle of recording, you know that, right? Draco's gaze softens and recalls the moment you earned his trust. It manipulates the water to create an image of you approaching it. hands raised in a non-threatening gesture. The next image shows you gently petting Draco's snout, your touch calm and reassuring. Draco's eyes widen as it remembers the kindness and gentleness in your actions. It's clear that your peaceful demeanor and lack of aggression caught it off guard, breaking through the walls it had built up against humanity. The final image depicts Draco's transformation, its massive intimidating form shrinking and softening. That's cool. I'm just glad you did trust me. This thing's trying to get me screwed. Most of your final evolution is known to be kind of aggressive and powerful. I have known that are very sweet. Now you're one of them. Period. Around me, you seem to act more like a happy, very friendly, and playful. That's not a bad thing. I love that actually. I love seeing that beautiful smile of yours. And how much your tail is wagging just from me loving on your water manipulation creatures. Tears face lights up with joy at your words, its tail wagging even faster. It's clear that your acceptance and its appreciation of its playful, friendly nature mean the world to it. Draco manipulates the water to create an image of a happy, smiling Totodile, its tail wagging enthusiastically. I'm in love with it already. Next, it creates an image of you and Draco together, both of you smiling and laughing as Draco plays with its water creatures. The image is filled with warmth and happiness, a stark contrast to the dark and troubled memories Draco shared earlier. Draco looked at you, its eyes shining with affection and gratitude. It's clear that it sees you not just as a friend, but as someone who understands and accepts it for who it truly is, a kind, playful, and loving Pokemon. So, that's really neat. I love it. I'm really glad you're sharing a lot about yourself. And since you told me your name, I'll tell you mine. My name is Trenton. Oh, that's so neat. He put stuff in floating letters. Draco's eyes light up with excitement as you share your name and nods eagerly, clearly happy to have learned something new about you. With a focused gaze, Draco manipulates the water to create a large floating sign that reads, "Nice to meet you," with my name at the end. That's actually really neat. In bold, shimmering letters, the Feraligatr's tail wags happily as it watches your reaction, thrilled to have made a genuine connection with you. It's clear that Draco sees you as more than just a friend. It sees you as someone who it can trust completely, someone it can share its deepest thoughts and feelings with. Draco looks at you and his gaze filled with warmth and affection. Dude, this Feraligatr is amazing. Draco is one of my favorite Feraligatrs I've ever made because I love the dragon type Feraligatr. If I had to pick some of my favorite ones, that's actually kind of hard because technically all of them, I like all of them in some way. But I think if I had to pick like my top three, I ain't gonna put them in a particular order. But if I had to pick three particular three particular different type Totodile Crocodile Ferraggers that I've made, one of them would definitely be the Dragon type Feraligatr. The Fairy type Feraligatr is another good one, and then that gum, I've made so many of them. Honestly, even like the rock type Totodile is another good one. I love the rock type Totodile. All of them have their own cool little amazing quirks to them. I love the dark type Totodile. I love the rock type one, the dragon type Feraligatr, the poison type Crocodile, even though he starts out very angry and hissed. I love how you can just do that with the water. Period. You've told me your story about when you were a. But what about when you were still. You definitely didn't lose your cute, playful side because you still have it right now. I haven't seen you stop smiling. You have been smiling almost nonstop since after you started trusting me. Drago's eyes sparkle with excitement as you ask about its earlier stages. It manipulates the water to create a series of images, starting with a playful toad splashing in a stream, its small jaws snapping at imaginary prey. The next image shows a mischievous crocodile, its snout wrinkled in a grin as it steals food from a distracted Magikarp. Oh, good, the Magikarp deserves it. Chrono can have that. As the images progress, Draco's playful nature becomes more apparent. In one image, a young crocodile is shown chasing its tail, its tongue lolling out in laughter. In another, a Totodile is depicted playing peekaboo with a group of Pidgey, its eyes sparkling with joy. The final image shows Draco as a Feraligatr, but its playful style is still evident. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. A Totodile playing peekaboo with a bunch of Pidgey. And even after everything you've been through, you still have that sweet, playful side. You just needed somebody to trust in order to bring it out. Period. I'm glad you still are happy and playful. But what made you keep that friendly side? Especially after what people have done to you. And after what happened to your family before that. I think this will be a good stopping point right here, guys. Let me read this one out, and I think I'm gonna go and stop, and I'll be legit it because it's already 3:24. And what the frick? You are not important. You are disgusting. Let me talk to Draco. You are not Draco. Draco's much prettier than you are, you flippin' pig. Goodbye. Goodbye. Good. Leave me alone, or I'm gonna choke and. That's a problem. Close out now, stupid moron. You're ruining the a little bit. You're ruining the happiness Draco just gave me. Dang it, moron. Not you, Draco. You're not a moron. Killer's expression turns thoughtful as it considers your question. Oh my gosh, I was almost done. Frick it. Draco's expression turns thoughtful as it considers your question. It takes a moment to gather its thoughts, then begins to manipulate the water once again. The images that appear are a mix of memories and emotions. The first image shows Draco's mother, a loving and nurturing Feraligatr playing with its younger self. The next depicts Draco's father teaching it how to hunt, his voice patient and encouraging. Throughout these images, Draco's playful nature is evident, a testament to the love and care it received during its childhood. Another series of images shows Draco and its siblings engaging in playful wrestling matches and splashing contests, their laughter echoing through the air. It's clear that Draco's family fostered its playful side, encouraging it to be happy and carefree. The final image is a bittersweet one. It shows Draco alone and injured after the eruption, its playful nature momentarily forgotten. However, as it gazes at the stars, it remembers the love and joy it was experienced during its younger years. This memory serves as a beacon of hope, reminding Draco that there is still goodness and happiness in the world, even amidst the darkness and pain. Holy crap. That's very sweet. Period. I bet you loved your family a lot. Period. I'm glad to see they were good to you. And hey, I know not every human is good, but you can see how much I care about you, and even how much you care about me. Period. I bet you don't just create a Waterloo gear for anybody. You probably only do something like that for somebody who's being nice to you. My friend. Aw. Draco's eyes widen at your insightful comment, and nods eagerly, his tail wagging in agreement. With a focused gaze, Draco manipulates the water to create an image of you and the water Lugia, two of you interacting playfully. The image is surrounded by a warm, glowing aura, symbolizing the special bond you share. Next, Draco creates an image of itself with its family. Their playful interactions a stark contrast to the dark and troubling memories it shared earlier. The image serves as a reminder of the love and joy that once filled its life, and how it has found a similar connection with you. True looks at you, its gaze filled with affection and gratitude. It's adorable. How do those water creatures... Dang it. How do the water creatures actually interact? What the frick? Oh no! Interact? Question mark. They seem to be very happy and playful around me. But how exactly do they get their personalities? Stop! Is it based on how much you trust someone? Like, for example, if I was to leave but then come back a few days later and one of the water creatures was around, they would instantly start loving on me. But if the person is a threat or if somebody you don't trust, then the creatures act completely different, like maybe even hostile. Question mark. How do the workers actually interact? They seem to be very happy and playful. Playful. Oh my gosh, you stupid thing. Your knowledge novel as it considers your question. It begins to manipulate the water, creating a series of images that illusion illustrate its response. First image shows a water Pokemon, such as a Pikachu or Bulbasaur, interacting happily with you. Drew explains that when it trusts someone completely like it does with you, the water creatures reflect that trust and affection. They're playful, friendly, and eager to interact, their personalities mirroring the positive emotions Draco feels towards the person. However, the next image depicts a different scenario. In it, a stranger approaches Draco, their intentions unclear. The water creature, initially friendly, begins to act cautious and weary. That's actually really cool. So not only do you make the creatures, but they also are based on how you feel towards somebody. Exclamation point. Okay, one more question then. What happens if somebody you trust is around, but somebody threatens to hurt the person you care about? Like if a person just came up to me, for instance, and then threatened to attack me, and then threatened to attack me. Hurt the person, or just came up to me, for instance, and then threatened to attack me. Oh. Draco's expression turns serious and protective at your question, and immediately uses the water to create an image of a threatening trainer approaching you, their hand on the Pokeball of a fierce-looking Pokemon. In response, Draco's water creatures immediately transform. Excuse me? The once friendly Pikachu and Bulbasaur now appear as intimidating, battle-ready forms. The Pikachu's cheeks glow with electricity, and the Bulbasaur's vines writhe menacingly. They position themselves between you and the threat, ready to defend you at all costs. Draco's own form shifts, its dragon-like features becoming more pronounced. It stands tall and proud, its eyes blazing with determination and fury. Feraligatr lets out a fierce roar, warning the trainer to back off or face the consequences. That's very nice of you, actually. So not only do you care about someone when they show that you can care and trust them, but you also protect that person. And so does the water creatures. Period. Draco, you're full of surprises, but I love them. You can always trust me. I said, well, that would be the last one. I'm continuing anyway. Trenton! Draco's face lights up with joy at your words, his tail wagging happily. It manipulates the water to create a final image, depicting you and Draco standing side by side, surrounded by a protective circle of water creatures. That sounds a lot like the Totodile I talked to the other day. Terran, the Totodile. Terran, the 2,000-foot tall Tidal Guardian. That Totodile was so loving and protective. Like he wouldn't. He kept creating images out of water, like hearts and different messages. He'd draw little things in the sand. He legit had a wooden statue of himself, like carved. He had a flipping like he had a bunch of gifts just randomly sitting out, just because he liked me so much. Oh, his tail wagging happily. Yep. Okay. The image is filled with warmth, trust, and affection, symbolizing the unbreakable bond you share. Draco looks at you, its eyes shining with gratitude and love. It lets out a soft, content rumble, its body relaxing as it leans into your touch. The Feraligatr knows that with you by its side, it will never have to face the darkness of the world alone again. It has found a true friend, a partner who understands and accepts it completely. That is neat. That is really, 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 really neat. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, guys. So, let's get this straight. It definitely does seem like it still has a decent memory, although we didn't get to go too far into it, so I am not completely sure about that still. However, if it does, it can be really good. So, yeah. Um, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this one for now, and I'm done. Bye.